Hello, beautiful writers. Thank you for joining me today. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much. You know I love you. And if you're new, thanks for clicking that link and giving me a chance. And of course, you know what I have to say. I have to say subscribe and hit notify. That's what I have to do. Today, we're going to be discussing the 7 deadly sins of writing. Now, nothing takes you to writing hell faster. You know the 7 deadly sins, right? Pride, envy, wrath, or wrath, sloth, avarice, gluttony, and lust. According to medieval theology, the original 7 deadly sins led to spiritual death. Doesn't sound too fun. According to writer theology, I made that up, succumbing to the 7 deadly sins leads to a living writing hell. Nobody wants that. Let's discover how the 7 deadly sins apply to a writer's demise. Demise. I like that word. And more importantly, how those 7 deadly sins can be used for good. Pride is first. Hubris is the kiss of death for writers who refuse to take professional criticism. If someone in the publishing biz offers you advice about your writing or novel or whatever it is in the authoring business, heed it. Arrogance gets you nowhere fast in this industry. Doesn't get you many friends either. Experts know stuff you don't. That's why they're called experts. Posts, tweets, blogs, social media, everything that begins with me, I, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. Not making any friends, and it gets annoying. Posting a zillion selfies appears a tad narcissistic. How can you use pride for good? You can. Use pride to create high standards for your writing, for your blogging, for your social media posts. Feel pride in the completion of your first draft, your revisions, your final draft, for every step of the authoring and writing process. And take pride in your hard work, diligence, and perseverance. Envy. New authors, new writers, they yearn for the success of established authors. Sure, everyone does, right? But remember, it took them years and years and years and years and years of hard work, networking, and learning the craft. Envy is destructive. It zaps creativity and it pisses off the muse. And you know, she's a temperamental, you know what. How can you use envy for good? Manipulate envy by taking a good, long, hard look at the authors you admire. What's on their blog, their posts? How are they tweeting? How are they using social media? You're not going to find too many of them whining, ranting, and complaining. There's an old business maxim. Dress and act as if you have already achieved the next level on the ladder of success. I always like that. Something to think about. Wrath, or rather, wrath. In the words of one of the greatest sages, Yoda, anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Angry writers don't think or bother cooling down before posting offensive stuff on social media. How can you use wrath for good? Use the emotion. Is your heart pounding? Veins popping out of your head? Is your jaw clenching? Are you spewing venom? Great! Now draw upon that experience, that visceral experience, and use that in your writing whenever you're writing about a character's outrage. Don't go to the dark side. Just write about it. Sloth. Lazy, lazy, lazy. Frankly, finding excuses not to write, revise, is contrary to your claim that you love to write. From, I have a hangnail, to I'm not inspired, to my coffee is cold. Excuses don't get the damn book written. Neglecting to take the necessary time to write and rewrite and revise. Writing, revising again and again, it's a necessary task and you have to take the time for it. You can't be lazy. It's a daunting task. Telling a story is one thing. Crafting a story is quite another. A lot of new writers don't understand the amount of time that writers take to write, revise again, or how much time it takes for their social media. Writing is difficult enough. Finding the time and motivation for all those necessary tasks is challenging. Drink more coffee. Thomas Edison said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. So there you have it. How can you use sloth for good? You can. I know, you're like, what? If you must be lazy, at least daydream about future characters, daydream a plot solution, brainstorm new blogs or new posts, plan your next book. Avarice. Writers who don't share information, knowledge, wisdom, they're being a little bit greedy. Yes, I know knowledge is power, but I think it really helps for writers to pay it forward. Good karma, followers, and you know what? You might even gather a few new readers while you're at it. Most of what I learned about publishing comes from both experience and then reading blogs and watching videos. And so I decided I needed to pay it forward. Also, with my knowledge base of literary criticism and literature, I knew what I had to do. To me, it's like giving a big virtual hug to everybody out there. So how can you embrace greed for good? You can. Be greedy when it comes time to carving out writing time. Hoard your reference books and the books that you need to write your fabulous books. Gluttony. Excessive consumption of adjectives, adverbs, cliches, hackneyed tropes, and other tragic writing no-nos. And if you don't know what those are, check the link above. Spamming your book on social media, getting drunk on social media Kool-Aid. Yeah, gluttony. Don't do it. How can you use gluttony for good? Indulge in reading delicious novels with chew-worthy themes, with yummy characters, and smooth writing styles. Devour flavorful literature and drink in their authorial techniques. Lust, not the kind you were thinking about. There are some writers that are so in love with every word and sentence that they wrote that they won't change a single thing. Words are like hair. They grow back. How do you use lust for good? Use your desire and love of words to write smoking hot sentences, create sensual imagery, and show passion for rewrites and editing. That's it, writers. The 7 deadly sins of writing. Which one do you have trouble with? I would love if you would subscribe and click notify. And always remember, writers, to dream, create, and embrace. Bye-bye.